Great work out there. All right, does this sound familiar? Maybe you say sometimes, I'm not happy. I don't make enough money. I'm stressed to the max at work. I'm afraid of losing my job. Or maybe financial problems are ruining your marriage. Well, Aimee Elizabeth is the author of Poverty Sucks, How to Become a Self-Made Millionaire. She is here with us this morning, and your story is incredible. Homeless at the age of 15,
Correct.
but started your own business at the age of 20.
Correct.
How did this happen?
Well, when I was 15 years old, I came home from school one day and the screen door was locked. And I couldn't use my key to get in, so perplexed, I rang the doorbell. And my mom comes down to the front door and opens the inside front door and looks at me through the screen with this nasty look and says, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Oh, I guess I don't live here anymore. Can I at least get my school books?" I was such a good kid. That's all I could think of was my school books, not clothes or anything. She says, "Come in, get your stuff, get out, you're not coming back."
Wow.
And that was my first night being homeless.
You start your own business, though, by the age of 20.
Right.
Where did you find the motivation? Where were the opportunities for you? Because you would, I mean, it's so hard for people who aren't homeless right now to find opportunities.
True. Well, I think I've always just been a little mini entrepreneur. I've worked my whole life, babysitting, mowing lawns, whatever. But as I got through high school, I tutored. I delivered newspapers. I also scrubbed toilets, whatever I needed to do.
You brought the proof, right?
Yes, and as I had to live really cheap because I had very little money, and eventually I managed to save up $1,000, and I started my first business out of my home on a shoestring budget for just this. And 18 years later, I retired. So pretty good investment.
And 18 years later, you're doing great, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, now it's 35 years later.
But okay, well, 18 years at the time.
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
You were doing great.
Right.
And you've written a book about all of this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And tell us, who this book is for. I kind of mentioned some things, at the top of our segment. But I kind of feel like anybody could find stuff in this book that would help them.
That was my thought. When the housing market collapsed and we went into the Great Recession, everybody's out of work, everyone's losing their home, nobody's got any financial security, and I thought, this is the time to tell my story. Because if a homeless teen with nothing beyond a high school degree can make a success of her life, anybody can. And so I wanted to teach everybody how to do that, but not with big business terms and put you to sleep, where you need a thesaurus for every other word and you stop after the first chapter. Because I've read business books like that and I can't even get through the first page. So it's very conversational tone. If you can read like a fifth grader, you can follow the instructions in my book.
Real words about a real story.
Yeah, and it tells you all of my real life experiences and covers all the nuts and bolts, but I don't believe there's any real job security anymore. Companies aren't loyal to you, and so you need to create your own, and you can do it in your home. Most home-based businesses that I suggest, you can start for $1,000 or less still today and grow them. And then you might lose a customer here, but you're always picking up new ones, so you always have income. And so you created your own financial security then. Even if you don't retire right away, I mean, you can pass it off to a manager, let them run it, and then you're still retired, you're just collecting the money. So, that's, it applies to everybody. There's people who have the master's degree and whatever, and they can't get a job. Right. So education is no guarantee. Loyalty to a boss is no guarantee. I wanted to help everybody and share the knowledge that I learned, and save everyone my mistakes too.
Right. Well, it's very popular right now. It's a popular way to go through life, to start your own, create your own. Aimee, you can get the book where?
You can get on my website, www.aimeeelizabeth.net, and Aimee is spelled A-I-M-E-E. Or you can get it at Amazon.com. is cheaper. So, I'm not out for the money. So just get it, read it, fix your life.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and thank you for sharing it. Your story's incredible.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Courtney.
Best of luck to you. Thank you.
you.
All right, up next, if you ask them, most men will say they're easy to please.